Hello everyone, welcome to this section. Here we are going to discuss about some paper previous year questions. So before that, I'll tell you the interview experience of 2023. After that, we'll move to questions. So here you can see the PayPal internship offer as well as the full-timer offers. So basically we have PayPal data analyst careers off-campus drive for 2023 batch, and it is hiring interns. Internship is there for students. Summer internship is also there, and a software engineer summer intern is there. And here you can see all the details about the PayPal internship and full-timer offers. So basically this PayPal is conducting two assessments, online assessment. So in online assessment is conducted on the HackerRank platform. So in HackerRank platform for the online assessment we have 10 MCQs and one coding question. So MCQs will be asked on operating system as well as computer networks. And coding question is there, right? So coding question you can expect from, it may be from algorithms, arrays based questions or math algo based questions. So all these questions will be coming under coding part, right? And if you take this is just the if you take the PayPal interview experience for software engineer summer internship. So here you can see software engineer summer internship. So for this particular part, again the same thing. Round 1 is going to be the online test which is going to conducted on HackerRank. 6 MCQs will be there and 2 coding questions will be there. So these 6 MCQs are covering aptitude, DSA application, database management system. So the difficulty level will be easy only, whereas the coding questions difficulty level will be of medium. And from this, some set of students, those who are clearing round 1 will be having round 2. So round 2 is a technical interview round and that will last around for 40 minutes. So here basically the self-introduction will be there. Then questions. So questions you can expect from OOPS concept, SQL theories, aptitude puzzles, whether you are aware of computer networks and software engineering, all those steps. Once that is done, round 3, that is managerial round will be there. So there they will be asking your self-introduction, how adaptable you are and what your skills and job expectations, your strength, weakness. So all these things will be asked there. Now if you see this for data analyst, so this is for software summer internship, and if you first see for data analyst, here in the test we will be having around 11 questions, and one of the question will be again coding question. So this is like a basic question only, and the remaining 10 MCQ questions will be from SQL and computer networks. So this is how it will be. And on campus is there as well as off campus is also there, and STE internship is also there. So there the coding round plus MCQs, again online assessment. So we will be having 10 to 15 MCQs based on JavaScript, web development, SQL, then one coding question. Alright. And technical round is there with a duration of 45 minutes. And dynamic programming approach, data structures, OOPS concepts, database management system. So these are the things you should concentrate more. So this is how the PayPal interview experience will be overall. Here you can see all the openings from PayPal. So you can verify this thoroughly and which one you are feeling you are comfortable with or you are fit to. So you can apply for that particular internship and you can start preparing as soon as possible. So let us solve one question which is a previous year question from PayPal. The question is all permutations. I am not a fan of having kids memorize formulas, and I am even less of a fan of pushing them to learn those formulas, says Mr. John, 7th grade maths teacher. Maybe he has got a point. He believes in teaching the logic rather than the formula. Anyway, we aren't here to weigh or debate about his opinions. All we gotta do is help Mr. John and his students by writing an algorithm that can calculate and print all the permutations of a given number in strictly sorted order. Remember, Mr. John is gonna use your algorithm to demonstrate permutations in his next class. Here, input consists of a string, and in output I wanna print all the permutations of the given string. Here we can refer the sample input and output. So see the input A, B, C, and in output all the permutations is there. So 6 possible cases is there since we have 3 characters in the string. And here 4 characters is there. So accordingly the number of permutation is getting printed. So now let us see the logic behind the question. So basically what we should do is here how we can calculate or what is the question as in the here is, see, the problem requires us to generate all the possible permutations of a given string in a strictly sorted order, right? So here it is easy to use a recursive approach here because repeatedly I can do a particular function, a permute function, in order to print all the possible combinations of the given input string. So see, yeah. So basically what I am going to do here is, here I am going to use a recursive approach to solve the problem. So I'll take a function, let me name the function as permute, and inside this function I'm gonna take some 2 arguments, okay? So one is going to be the string which I got from the user, and other one is going to be the answer. So initially I'll just declare this answer string. Later on I'll keep on storing each permutation to this particular answer string. So this is going to be the function which I am using. So here the permutation needs to be generated and answer will be the current permutation which is got generated. So initially let me take ABC is also a permutation, right? So initially ABC will be the current permutation. Later on what will happen? ACB will be the current permutation. So whatever is the current permutation, that will get stored in this answer. Then I'll be checking. So how I can get each time, the next step is, here I'll use a statement to check whether the length of the given string is 0. See, if the length of the given string is 0, see, let me take the string ABC. So 3 characters is there. So in my answer, if there are 3 characters, then I can stop the process saying 1 permutation is achieved, right? The same way, I'll check whether the given length of the given string is equal to 0. So if it is 0, what does it mean? We have generated 1 single permutation, right? So in that case, what you can do is, you can print the current permutation and return. So I am just finding each permutation and I'll return it, right? So if the length of the given string is 0, directly I can return the permutation which is stored in the variable answer. If not, what if the length of the given string is not 0? So again we need to generate the permutation for the remaining characters, right? So in order to check the remaining character, we can iterate the each character inside the string using a for loop, and inside this for loop I'll iterate overall all the characters in the given string, right? And for each character what I'll do is, I'll take each character out of the string. So let me take A out of the string and I'll generate the permutations of the remaining characters using a recursive call to the permute. What I'll do is, I'll just keep on changing the value which is stored in the variable answer, right? That is the only one thing we are going to do. And after that we can concatenate the current character with the answer and pass it as a second argument to the recursive call. See, what I'll do is, I'll take each character. So from ABC, let me take the character A. Okay. So I'll take each character and I'll check. So whether it is, we just take it out of the string and I'll generate the permutations of the remaining characters using the recursive call to permute, right? So here, let me take the current character as CH. So CH is equal to A. This is the current character. So now we concatenate the current character with the answer. So what I'll do, answer plus CH becomes a next variable to pass here. So in the variable answer, I'll concatenate my current permutation as well as the current character which I have taken. And this is passed to the second argument for the recursive call. And you can take some two substrings, so left substring and right substring. So these are the substrings of S before and after the current character respectively. So you can also concatenate them to get the remaining string, rest from which will be generate the permutations, right? So from the main function you can just get the input value from the user, and first you need to sort it in lexicographically increasing order, and we can call the permutation function with the sorted string and the empty string as a arguments. So finally what will happen, it will generate all the possible combinations of the input string by using a recursive approach, and I'll print all the possible combinations in the lexicographically sorted order. Right. So here the base case of the recursion should be this string has no characters left behind to pick up. At that point I'll generate the printed permutation answer, because we have three characters A, B, C. In my new string, if this three characters A, B and C, if it is present and if there is no character left out to take, then it means one permutation is formed, because repetition is not going to be there. So one permutation is formed so that I can print it. Right. So I'll keep on repeating the same process. So this is the biggest condition of the recursion, where the string S has no characters left to pick. At that point I can print the generated permutation as the answer. So this is what I am going to do. So here the function will recursively generate all the permutations of the input string. Right. So now let us move to the coding part. Let me start with the main function. So initially what I will do inside the main function, I should get the n elements as an input and I will be storing it in an array. So here I am going to get a string directly. So let me declare a variable S for storing the input string, and I'll get the input value from the user. Yes. And after getting the input value, what is the first step I am going to do? I wanna sort the string which I got from the user in the lexicographically increasing order, right? So let me sort this sort function. I am making use of sort function. My string is S dot begin of, comma, S dot end of. Now I wanna take another string in order to store the output. So here I am going to call a function, whereas I will be passing my input string as well as an empty string. So two parameters is passed here. One is a string S that represents the remaining characters to be permuted, and a string answer that represents a permutation generated so far. So this is the difference between string S and string answer. After that, return 0. So here the base case of the recursion is when the string S has length 0, in which case we print the answer and return, because this is a string, right? So ABC is a string. If I have taken A, B and C in any other order, that means then the length of the string S is 0. So if the length of string S is 0, then what I can do? I can directly print the permutated string in the variable answer and I can print it, right? So I repeat the base case of the recursion. When string S has length 0, in this case we will print the answer and we will return. And here the function takes two parameters. One is a string S that represents the remaining characters to be permuted, and a string answer that represents a permutation generated so far. Now let me define the function permute. So here I am going to define the function permute, and it is going to return void. Yeah. Now here string S comma, if you want I can give the same name or different name. So I am going with the same variable name, but here I have given answer instead of ans. So my first process is I'll check whether the string length, that is S dot length, is equal to 0. So if my string length is 0, I can print the answer and return, right? So I'll be printing the answer as it is and I'll return. If not, I need to check each character which is present inside the string. For that, let me make use of a for loop to iterate the characters which is present inside the loop. So string int I is equal to 0, I less than s dot length of and I plus plus. Inside this, let me take each character. So I'll declare a variable character ch is equal to s of I. So at a time each character is taken, and here I need to find the left substring and right substring and I'll concatenate, right? So let me declare two more variables. One represents string left substring. So substring is equal to, from my string I'm taking 0, I. So s dot substring of 0, I, right? Similarly, I'll take the right substring. So right substring is equal to the same way s dot, here instead of I need to give I plus 1 in order to mention the right side, right substring. Yeah. Now this two things is done, right? Here I have missed a semicolon. Now we got the left substring and the right substring. So after this, what I am supposed to do is, the left substring and right substring are the substrings of the string before and after the current character. So I have taken a character I. Here I am running 0, I, and right substring is I plus 1. So what does it mean? It represents the substrings of s which is before and after the current character which I have taken here. The current character is ch, s of I. Now what I am supposed to do is, I'll concatenate them to get the remaining string rest from which we will generate the permutations. So let me take another variable to store the rest of the string. So I'll concatenate these two, left substring plus right substring. So here I have concatenated. Now after that, again I'll call the recursive function, but whereas I'll be passing this rest string as the string and answer plus my current character to the variable answer. Okay, stop this here. So since I am making use of sort function, it is better to use bits std c++ .h. Yeah. Okay. So the program is very simple. Here I am taking a function permute that will recursively generate all the permutations of the input string. The function is taking two parameters. One is a string that represents the remaining characters to be permuted, and a string answer that represents a permutation generated so far. And base case of the recursion is, when the string is length is 0, I can print the answer and I can return. Otherwise, I'll take each character in ch and I'll remove this character from the string s and I'll pass the remaining string rest and the new permutation answer plus ch to the recursive call of the permit function. So initially string and empty string answer is passed. Later what I am doing is I am finding the concatenated string as well as answer plus a current character will be passed. So here is the main function. Here I'll read the string s from the user as input, and after that I'll sort the characters in the string using the sort function. It then initializes an empty string here as a starting permutation, and calls a permute function with the input string and starting permutation answer, and finally it returns 0 to the successful execution of the program. Now let us run the code here. Let me check the code once again. Int main, stringer cns, and sort s dot begin of, comma s dot end of, string answer, permute s comma answer. Okay. Which for std c++ dot use a namespace, string s and string answer. I less than s dot length.